Morning student, today we have discussed with you chapter 6, that is combustion and flame. And first we have discussed that different kinds of fuels for various purpose at home, in industry and for running automobiles. What are these fuels? These fuels are cow dung, wood, coal, charcoal, petrol, diesel, and compressed natural gas. And you are also familiar with burning of a candle. And what is the difference between burning of a candle and burning of a fuel like a coal? Maybe you are able to guess right that candle burns with a flame whereas coal does not. Similarly, you will find many other materials burning without a flame. And in this chapter, we have first discussed the burning of a material, that is known as combustion. What is combustion? A chemical process in which substance react with oxygen to give off heat is called combustion, and the substances that undergoes combustion is said to be combustible. It is also called fuel, and fuel may be in exist in three states of matter, that is solid fuel, liquid fuel and gas fuel. Example of combustion reaction is magnesium. When magnesium burns with oxygen, it will form magnesium oxide. Another example of combustion is when charcoal burns in air, it producing carbon dioxide, heat and light. In next section of this chapter, we have provided with some material. Out of these, some are combustible and others are non-combustible. What are combustible substance? The substance which burn easily is known as combustible, and non-combustible which are not burned easily. Combustible substance में आपका example wood, paper, kerosene oil, straw, matchstick, charcoal, these are the combustible substance. And उसके अलावा देखिए iron nails, stone piece and glass, that is known as non-combustible. Another next topic is what are the necessary conditions for burning. So you all know air is necessary for burning. In junior classes you have already studied this topic, but we have illustrated here an activity, that is activity 6.2. Activity 6.2, that is we have burned a candle and it is put in three different conditions. First condition, you have seen that some wooden blocks are kept in the below of the glass jar. And second condition, the glass jar is put over a lighted candle. And in third condition, a glass jar is put over lighted candle and a wooden block is also kept on above the glass jar. What is your observation? We find that for combustion, air is necessary. The candle burns freely in case A, when air can enter the chimney from below. In case B, when air does not enter the chimney from below and the flame flickers off and produces smoke. And in case C, flame finally goes off because air is not below. Activity 6.3. Before going to discuss activity 6.3, one question in your mind is also come that sun also provide heat and light. Can this reaction is called a combustion reaction? No. Although sun produces heat and light, but inside the sun there are some nuclear reaction. It is not an example of combustion reaction. Activity 6.3 says that place a piece of burning wood or charcoal on an iron plate or tawa and covered it with a glass jar or a tumbler or a transparent plastic jar. What happens? The charcoal stops burning because we have cut off the supply of oxygen. Similarly, you might have heard that when clothes of a person catch fire, the person is covered with a blanket to extinguish fire. Can you guess why? Now recall some of your experience. Does a matchstick burn by itself? No, matchstick not burn by itself. You must have an experience of burning a piece of paper. Does it burn when burning matchstick is brought near it? Yes, it is burned when a burning matchstick is near. Have you heard about forest fire? The cause of forest fire during extreme heat of the summer at some place dry grass catches fire. From the grass it spreads to trees and very soon the whole forest is on fire and it is very difficult to control such fire. In these examples you have seen that different substance catches fire at different temperature and this temperature can be classified as an ignition temperature. And what is ignition temperature? The lowest temperature at which a substance catches fire is called its ignition temperature. Can you tell now why a matchstick does not catch fire on its own at room temperature? And why does a matchstick start burning on rubbing it on the side of the matchstick? On rubbing on its side of the matchstick, it can increase its heat and equal to its ignition temperature. That's why it catches fire. How does head of the matchsticks was formed? These days, head of the safety matchbox contain antimony trisulfide and potassium chlorate. The rubbing surface has a powder glass and a little red phosphorus, which much less dangerous. When the match is struck against the rubbing surface, some red phosphorus get converted into white phosphorus. This immediately reacts with potassium chlorate in the matchstick head to produce enough heat and ignite antimony trisulfide and start to combustion. We find that combustible substance cannot catch fire as long as its temperature lower than its ignition temperature. So you know that combustible substance to burn there is some ignition temperature has to be reached. Sometimes you have seen that cooking oil catching fire when a frying pan is kept over a long time for a burning stove on a burning stove. What happens in this case? Because when we kept a frying pan kept it long for a burning stove, it gets heat and its temperature is equal to its ignition temperature, and when we put cooking oil over it, it catches fire easily. Now discuss with some other activity 6.4 why substance directly burn and why some substance do not directly burn. It is the activity 6.4. Make 2 paper cups by folding a sheet of paper. Pour about 50 ml of water in one of the cups. Heat both the cups separately with a candle flame. What happens to the empty paper cup and what happens to the paper cup with water? If we continue heating the paper cup containing water, we can even boil the water in the paper cup. And the heat supplied to the paper cup is transferred to the water by the process of conduction. So in the presence of water, the ignition temperature of the paper is not reached, hence it doesn't burn. The following example shows that the substance which have a very low ignition temperature and can catches fire very easily with a flame are called inflammable substance. For example, petrol, alcohol, liquefied petroleum gas, etc. In another section, we have discussed how do we control fire. For controlling fire, the causes of fire must be removed. फायर को कंट्रोल करने के लिए फायर जिस वजह से प्रोड्यूस हुआ है उसमें से किसी न किसी एक कॉज को वहाँ से रिमूव करना पड़ेगा. वी हैव सीन इन द अर्लियर सेक्शन दैट 3 condition to producing fire, that is the supply of oxygen, फिर supply of heat to raise its ignition temperature, and it is the and third one is the presence of combustible substance, that is the fuel. इन तीनों में से अगर किसी एक कारण को हम वहाँ से हटा लेंगे जहाँ पे आग लगी है, तो फायर अपने आप कंट्रोल हो जाएगा. These are the fuel: air to supply oxygen and heat to raise the temperature of the fuel beyond the ignition temperature. And fire can be controlled by removing one or more of these requirements. The job of a fire extinguisher to cut off the supply of air or bring down the temperature of the fuel, or both. And notice that in most cases fuel cannot be eliminated. For example, for instance, if a building catches fire, the whole building is the fuel and building can be eliminated from there. The most common fire extinguisher is water, but water works only when the things like wood and paper are on fire. If electrical equipment is on fire, the water may conduct electricity and harm those trying to douse the fire. Water is also not suitable for fires involving oil and petrol. As you know, water is heavier than oil or petrol. For this, fire involving electrical equipment and inflammable materials like petrol, carbon dioxide is the best extinguisher, and carbon dioxide is heavier than oxygen. How much is heavier than oxygen? Just see in this numerical value. Oxygen, 2 molecule of oxygen and atomic mass of oxygen is 16. 2 into 16, that is 32 mu. Carbon dioxide formula is CO2. Atomic mass of carbon is 12, and here another is the 2 oxygen is molecule is present. 12 plus 2 into 16, that is 12 plus 32, it is 44 mu. Numerically we have also proven that carbon dioxide is a heavier than oxygen, and hence it able to cut supply the oxygen and fire is controlled. Next, another section we have discussed how do we get supply of carbon dioxide. It can be stored at high pressure as liquid in cylinder. And in what form? Thus LPG is stored in cylinder. When released from the cylinder, CO2 is expand enormously in volume and cools down, so it is not only forms a blanket around the fire, it brings down the temperature of the fuel also. That is why it is an excellent fire extinguisher. Another way to get carbon dioxide, to release a lot of dry powder of chemicals like sodium bicarbonate and potassium bicarbonate near the fire, and these chemicals also give off CO2. Types of combustion: rapid combustion and spontaneous combustion. We find that when we bringing a matchstick or gas lighter or a gas lighter near a gas stove in the kitchen and turn on the knob of the gas stove, it produces heat and light rapidly. Such combustion is taken place in very fast manner, and that type of combustion is known as rapid combustion. And you also seen that there are the substance like phosphorus, which is a very reactive non-metal which burn in air at room temperature. It is also a kind of rapid combustion. Spontaneous combustion, the type of combustion in which material suddenly burst into flames without the application of any apparent cause, is known as spontaneous combustion. Spontaneous combustion of coal dust has resulted many disastrous fires in coal mines, and spontaneous forest fires are sometimes due to heat of the sun. Next is explosion. When a cracker is ignited, a sudden reaction takes place with the evolution of heat, light and sound, and a large amount of gas formed in the reaction is liberated. Such a reaction is called explosion. An explosion also takes place if pressure is applied on the cracker. Now we have discussed about the flame, why some material burns with a flame and other materials do not burn with a flame. देखिए, we have given some material which forms a flame are candle, magnesium, camphor, kerosene stove, and which does not form with a flame. Is example is charcoal. Structure of a flame. When we light a candle, and hold a 4 to 5 centimeter long thin glass tube with a pair of tongs and introduce one end of the dark zone on non-flickering candle flame and bring a lighted matchstick near the end of the glass tube. You see the flame caught in thus the end of the glass tube after a while. And notice that the wax near the heated wick melts quickly. The substances which vaporize during burning gives flames. For example, kerosene oil, molten wax rise through the wick and vaporize during burning and forms flame. And charcoal, on the other hand, does not vaporize and so do not produce a flame. Next is that notice that when we introduce this candle flame a glass slide, that it will a circular blackish ring is formed on the glass plate. It indicates deposition of unburned carbon particle present in the luminous zone of the flame. Hold a thin long copper wire just inside the non-luminous zone of flame for about 30 seconds and notice that portion of a copper wire just outside the flame gets red hot. Yes, we have already seen in the diagram, there is the three zones in the flame, that is the outermost zone, middle zone and innermost. Outermost zone is there where complete combustion takes place, middle zone where partial combustion takes place and innermost zone that is non-combustion zone. Goldsmiths blow the outermost zone of a flame with a metallic blowpipe for melting gold and silver. Why do they use outermost zone of the flame? Because outermost zone have got maximum temperature. Now, what is a fuel? The sources of heat energy for domestic and industrial purpose are mainly wood, charcoal, petrol and kerosene, and these substances are called fuel. What are characteristics of good fuel? A good fuel is one which is readily available, it is cheap, burns easily in air at a moderate rate, and it produces large amount of heat and it does not leave behind any undesirable substance. There is probably no fuel that could be considered as an ideal fuel. We should look for a fuel which fulfills most of the requirement for a particular use. Next, fuel can be categorized or evaluated by the fuel efficiency. And what is the fuel efficiency? Fuel efficiency can be measured in the terms of calorific value, and the amount of heat energy produced on complete combustion of 1 kg of fuel is called calorific value. The calorific value is expressed in a unit called kilojoule per kg. We have seen that in table 6.4 there are different kinds of fuel and its calorific value is given there, and you can prepare idea about this, that what is a good fuel by comparing its calorific value. Burning of fuels leads to a harmful products. The increasing fuel consumption has harmful effect on the environment. Carbon fuels like wood, coal, petroleum release unburned carbon particles, and these fine particles are dangerous pollutant causing respiratory disease such as asthma. And incomplete combustion of these fuels gives carbon monoxide. It is a very poisonous gas and it is dangerous to burn coal in a closed room, and the carbon monoxide is produced can kill persons sleeping in that room. And combustion of most fuel, as you know, releases carbon dioxide in the environment, and increased concentration of carbon dioxide in the air is believed to cause global warming. What is global warming? It is the rise in temperature of the atmosphere of the earth. Last effect of burning of this fuel, coal and diesel, releases sulfur dioxide, and it is extremely suffocating and corrosive gas. Moreover, petrol engine gives off oxides of sulfur and nitrogen dissolve in rainwater and form acids. Such rain are called acid rain, and it is very harmful for crops, buildings and soil. Why we use CNG in place of diesel and petrol? The use of diesel and petrol as a fuel in automobiles is now being replaced by CNG because CNG produces